Welcome to a breakdown of the 2022 Kosh Klassic course map. So here is the overall course. We're going to zoom in and walk through the course as it'll be run in a little more detail. So the first mile is this green path. We're going to start in the left-hand side of the outfield of the big baseball diamond. And so runners will line up along the start line here. When the gun goes off, you'll head across the outfield. And there's a little double wide hole in the fence, so runners will filter through that hole. They'll make their way across. Right here is actually like a pad for where we do jumping stuff for track. So you run across that, up onto the track, into any lane you want. You'll make your lap of the track here, but by the time you get to this corner, you're going to want to make sure you stay in lanes 1 through 3, and that's to avoid timing mats, which will be down here for the finish. So on the first lap, stay to the inside of the track all the way around. You'll come around this bend, and we're going to exit the track at the top of the curve. There are painted lines here, so you'll exit the track there onto the trail. We're going to hop onto the gravel trail. This is part of the actual Kosh trail, so we'll go outside the fence of the baseball diamond. Make your way around here, and then you're going to take a left turn. There'll be a bit of gravel along the side of this practice baseball diamond. You're going to continue straight and go all the way around. There's a little bullpen fenced in right here. You're going to continue around the outside of that. Come straight through here, and on your first lap, and only on your first lap, you're going to come through a hole in the fence and join the warning track of the big baseball diamond. You stay on the outside on the warning track. You'll run the warning track until almost all the way through, and then you'll actually cut across a bit of grass here instead of taking this hard turn. So you'll come across the field on the grass, exit through that same hole, and then rejoin the main Kosh trail. You're going to run behind the visiting bleachers. There's a little 180 bend behind the scoreboard, so you'll take the right line here and go around that curve, and then head under the pedestrian bridge across the little wooden boardwalk. You'll take a hard right and then kind of start to weave your way up the hill where there's a couple of kinks on the way up, and there's also the 1 mile mark is partway up the hill. The second mile is what's drawn here in pink, and it's really straightforward. You're just following the Kosh course. When you get to the top of the hill, you'll be at a little intersection in the trail here, and you'll make sure you go right. That'll take you down and around by the physical plant or facilities. You'll cross the road here, and we'll have some mats down. You'll cross the road. You're going to continue on the Kosh course. There's really nowhere else to go, so there's not much to think about in mile 2 in terms of navigating the course. Back here is quite hilly, both up and down, so you'll navigate through those hills, staying on the course the whole way. Here's the second road crossing where we'll have mats. You're coming down a big hill here, road crossing, and then you continue moving downhill. Your mile 2 mark is going to be a little further along, so you'll go up and down a couple of hills, and then as you make a curve coming out of a part we call the sugar mines, you'll hit your second mile mark. So the third mile is drawn here. Actually, the last 1.1 miles are shown in blue. And there's really nothing to think about navigationally either here. We're just staying on the Kosh trail. In previous years, you would have turned up here and done some retention pond running or around the practice fields, but this year, you just stay on the Kosh trail. Super easy. You're going to continue straight along the Kosh trail, following it all the way for the remainder of the loop. And then as you get back toward where we started the race, you're going to rejoin that familiar gravel path by the practice baseball diamond that we ran on lap 1. Take the same loop around the outside of the bullpen, only on the last part of the race, instead of joining the warning track, remember only one warning track in this race, you're going to continue straight. There's a little path that'll allow you to rejoin the Kosh trail, now going the opposite direction of what you did on mile 1. So you'll run on the outside of the baseball fence, or on the actual Kosh trail. Again, as you come through, you'll come through an area that you've crossed a couple of times in the race. You'll rejoin the track, and you're welcome to rejoin in any lane you want, so probably you'll make your way toward the inner lanes, but as you come around this curve, we're going to have you split off. So somewhere right around here, we'll have cones, and you're going to split to the outer lanes for the finish of the race, but that's because the finish line is going to be in lanes 6, 7, and 8. So you can come in lane 1, but as you make this curve, you need to go wide into the outer lanes toward the finish. You'll run the straightaway, and the finish line will be here near the end of the straight. That'll be the end of the course. A couple other quick notes. There are restrooms right here. Team tents will likely be set up in the big concrete bleachers. It's a pretty good place for viewership. You'll have lots of opportunity to see runners go by if you're in this general vicinity. So thanks for watching the video. Hopefully this clears some things up. and looking forward to see you at the Kosh Classic.